All right, so let's get to this. Angel Reese, Skip Bayless. Woo. Skip Bayless woke up and chose violence. Skip Bayless woke up and said, they're going to call me what they want, but I got to say this one. Interesting. He was talking about Angel Reese and pretty much summarized what he thought of Angel Reese in terms of her relationship to basketball, Caitlin Clark, and just how the world at large is perceiving her in his eyes. Interesting. Let's let Skip say it instead of me. Talk about it, Skip.
So now I listen to her post games, and yeah, she's become the villain. I don't think she wants to be the villain, but she's become the protagonist, the opposite. She's the
instigator.
She's the instigator.
100%.
Her post games reek a little bit of jealousy and bitterness. That's how it comes across to me, but I don't know. I can't. They're still too young for me to know for sure where they're going to sort of stand.
Maybe edgy. Maybe
yeah,
she's
definitely
edgy.
I told you she talked that talk. She just got a different.
She play with
she
an edge
does.
and she talk with an edge.
Okay.
She's got a different style.
I get it.
She's going to have to accept the fact that when her team on Friday night went to play the Washington Mystics, they kept it in the little gym, the little building, which holds 4,200, and that's what they drew. And when Caitlin went there a couple of weeks ago to play the Mystics, who are the worst team in the league, they moved it to the big gym. They moved it to the big arena because it was the Capital One arena, and they sold 20,333 seats. So Angel drew 4,000 basically, and Caitlin drew 20,000. Okay, that's a fact. That's been happening consistently.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at what's happened in these two losses, and Caitlin has outplayed her. So she just gonna have to play better. And even on rebounding, she's a great offensive rebounder, but Caitlin's now only five back.
He already said the spicy stuff. Okay, skip. Okay, I got to defend Angel Reese right here because right now, I don't know what she's doing, but she ain't defending herself from these comments. Kind of tough to step in it and to respond to this. But, she looks bitter, right? Jealous and bitter. Let me answer that by saying, how does competitive supposed to look? You ever been in a situation where you guys at one point were deemed equals? Even you were the superior player. Now remember, one goes to Iowa, one goes to Maryland, and then N.S.U. Known each other forever, since high school, supposedly, right? Angel Reese is a beast. Caitlin Clark is a beast. But Iowa is not a beast program. Maryland was, Maryland is, LSU became. Got their first national championship with Angel Reese. So I'm looking at it like, damn, what is she supposed to look like and sound like if she's competing? Now, a lot of times, especially in sports, we want to see high-level competition on the court, on the field. But we don't want to see it when it comes off the field or post-game or in the locker room, etc. But here's the problem. Not everybody turns their switch off. You know what I mean? You ever see some athletes that you're like, dog, it ain't that serious. But to them it is. Ray Lewis comes to mind. Like, Ray Lewis, that same intensity and focus, you ain't got to be playing ball with Ray Lewis. You literally walk up to Ray Lewis and say, what's up, man? You want to go get something to eat? Yeah, I want to get something to eat. You think I don't? You're like, hey, man, look, we ain't competing over the eggs. Like, always locked in. But he's the winner. He's the greatest. He's that dude. So people don't look at it the same. But what if you not? What if you actually are second place, but you popping off like you first place? Sometimes you got to pop out and show. You know what I mean? And I think Angel Reese, Keyshawn said it, she's edgy, right? And I'm talking about how she competes. And then she comes out there and then she talks the same way she plays. Now, it's not my favorite flavor of ice cream. Not that style. But if she's competing against somebody, she's going to feel a certain way. And the reason why I'm using these Kendrick references is because this actually reminds me a little bit of Kendrick and Drake. Drake and Kendrick come out the same time, basically. Drake gets the early lead, big early lead, despite Kendrick getting his love, to the point where when they go on the national tour, Drake's the headline, Kendrick, you come on my tour. Way it was, right? Now, Kendrick had to be feeling like, dog, they love me too. The crowds were showing it. But the numbers were saying it's all about Drake. Okay. Then, you know how it goes when somebody started off with you, but then they got you, and they ain't fully got you, but they got you in the ways that everybody can measure. Like, how do you measure respect for Kendrick, right? You know what I mean? Like, Drake selling all these number ones, and Kendrick doing his thing, and he winning Grammys, but it's like, I got these numbers. You got that love. Make that love turn into these numbers. These numbers. And that just leads to some animus. That leads to you looking at one like, okay. And this is how K-Dot played it smartly. This is why he ends up in this position where he is present day, currently. Like, whoa, it came back to hurt you and haunt you, Drake. He ain't say nothing. Sneak this here and there, sneak this here and there. Throw your rocks, hide your hands. That's what they were doing. That ain't what Angel Reese is doing. She going like this. Throwing the rock and going, what up? And people are like, you're supposed to hide your hands, right? And I think there's a lot of parallels because the jealousy and the bitterness that we all are seeing or hearing or just like, even her supporters are like, she popping off. And then the people who are not on her side, like, dog, Caitlyn got you. They're like, you bitter and jealous. What they're seeing is somebody who's like, y'all really gonna act like this? Y'all gonna really act like I ain't part of this? Like, you get your love, you can have your love. I'm with you, as she said before. Now, the lion's share has to go to Caitlin Clark just because of the numbers and, frankly, the numbers on the court too, right? Angel Reese double-double, Caitlin Clark averaging like 16, 5, and 5 or something, 8 and 5. No, only 4 of the players in history have done that. So they both doing their thing, but Caitlin's doing something even more special on this level. But I think really where it comes from is the fact that Caitlin's beat her the last couple of times in the pros. But I think they played like 7 times in college, something like that. And Angel beat her 6 times. Only lost to her that one time. We all know that big major loss in the Elite 8. So we're like, dog, they really going at it with each other, but the world is judging it and seeing it differently. And that's kind of hard for her to grasp. If she did it the K-Dot way, just wait, just wait. Okay, little, subtle jab that you can't really put on me. I think people will respect or at least receive her better. People like Skip. I just don't like popping off because I don't pop off. That's just me. Like, dog, whatever I did gonna speak louder than anything I'm gonna say about what I just did. That's just me. But if you gonna go that way, that's fine. I'm just not gonna ride with you. And then people really gonna come at you when you're not even first place talking like that. People will give you a pass. And this is even a tough pass. Floyd Mayweather pop off. Who do you think he is? I love him or I love to hate him. He the best. He ain't never lost. He ain't never been touched but 4 times in his life. And he can't pop off. So this was really a pop off. Once you pop off, we got some problems with you. And that's how Kendrick built up that reservoir of respect and reverence. Because he wasn't popping off. He was like, I'm just going to do the work and it's going to speak. And then when it's time to strike, wow, pop off and show, homies. All right, so tell me what y'all think of Angel Reese, man. I thought what Skip was saying was fair just because that is a sentiment about her. But the dynamics of why she popping off, I thought were interesting. She like, I used to have her. I got her. I'm with her. Oh, y'all acting like I ain't her? I'm going to tell y'all